Hello everyone and welcome back to my channel. This is Delaney, and for today's video we are going to be going over some underrated drugstore makeup products. Now these are products that I personally have not seen talked about that much. I watch a lot of makeup YouTube, a lot of makeup TikTok. That's pretty much all my For You pages, so I see a lot. I also create videos and put them on TikTok as well that are makeup related, so if you are interested in that, definitely check it out. I have not seen these products that I'm going to be talking about mentioned a lot in the beauty sphere. I think these products deserve to be talked about even more because I think these kind of rival some luxury products or high-end makeup products. So if you're interested in seeing what makeup products I believe are underrated in the beauty community, then keep on watching. So because we're talking about drugstore products that are underrated, I wanted to throw this in here. I know this is not makeup related, but this is perfume. So a brand called Dossier reached out to me and they wanted to send me a perfume so that I could test it out and let you guys know what I think about it. And because they're kind of a drugstore alternative to the high-end luxury perfume products, I figured that I would throw this in here. I was given the perfume free, complimentary for review. That's it. I'm not being paid anything else. But they did give me a code that you guys could use if you'd like to get money off if you choose to order from them. But I just wanted to show you this because I think this kind of fits into this video. So this brand, Dossier, is all about perfumes, but for a cheaper price. And it's with the same great ingredients that some of these luxury perfumes are made of. They also have kind of like drugstore dupes almost to a lot of high-end perfumes. And that really interests me because when I love perfume, but it's so expensive, I only can buy maybe one at a time. And I like to change up my scents a lot. For me, I love to change up my scent. So I'm always looking out for affordable, luxury feeling scents. So Dossier came through. They are all about duping luxury brands' perfumes. So they gave me a choice from perfumes that they offer, and each one is a dupe for some high-end luxury products. I wanted to test it out and see exactly how close they would come to the actual luxury products. The one perfume that I'm loving right now that is luxury is this one, and this one is the YSL Mon Paris, and I absolutely love this perfume. The bottle is gorgeous. I love it. This is very expensive. If I could dupe this for a cheaper price, I would love to. I will pop up the retail price of the Mon Paris, which is expensive for a bottle of smelly water. Yeah, which is basically what perfume is, right? You agree that this is a beautiful bottle. Okay, it's very heavy, very weighted, very luxurious. But here comes Dossier. So they send you the fragrance in a little box like this, and it's it's a big size perfume. So you get a lot of bang for your buck. So this is Florientel Brown Sugar. This is the dupe or their comparison for the YSL Mon Paris. So I wanted to get this one because I wanted to put these head to head and actually test it out and see how close it comes. The bottle is glass. It's a really nice heavy duty bottle. It's just as weighted as the other one, but it does not have the Mon Paris YSL branding on it that marks it up because perfumes, let's be honest, are very highly marked up. So their mission is to deliver the highest quality luxury inspired fragrances at a fair price, giving you freedom to explore more new scents. And that's exactly what I want. So I'll wear one scent to go do one thing, and then one scent for going out to dinner with my friends, one scent to go out to a family event. I like to switch it up. You can also try this. If you don't like it, you can return it. No hassle, just send it back. So if you don't like it, you don't have to worry about it. You can just return it really easily. I'm gonna try this one on one arm and the other one on the other and see how similar they are. Now, one thing, I have only tested this out once, but I do know that so far the only big difference that I've seen is the wear time. The wear time of Dossier is a little bit less, like the longevity of the smell, but it is also a cheaper version. So affordable price, less longevity, high ticket price, more longevity. It's kind of a trade-off. You just have to decide what's more important to you. So on the arms, you just like did a blind test. I don't know if I could figure out which one the cheaper one is. This is a very, very good cheap alternative to this one, I will say. When my dad opened the box, he said, "Oh my gosh, wow, this smells exactly like the perfume you wear. Like, is this the one you wear all the time?" And he knows that I constantly smell like this one. So even he couldn't tell the difference. I definitely am having a hard time telling the difference, and I wear that one every day. So I don't know, I think this is a pretty good dupe. So for a cheaper price, I'll pop up on the screen the price of the Dossier one, which compare that to the retail price of the YSL one, and that's a big difference. That is a whole lot of money to save when just buying a perfume. I would highly recommend this. I think this gives a lot more people an opportunity to test out these perfumes and enjoy them that don't want to pay that $100 or more price tag. I definitely want to try out more scents from Dossier, but I will leave my code up on the screen for you if you would like to get some money off of your purchase if you decide to try out Dossier. But yeah, so thank you to them for sending this to me. Let's dive into the drugstore products. Right, first up on our list, we have something that I've kind of talked about before, I think, but it was in a ranking video. So these are from Catrice. These are, so I have the Sungasm highlighter from Catrice. It's a face and body highlighter, and then I have the Catrice More Than Glow highlighter in Supreme Rose Beam. These are gorgeous. I love the formula of both of them. They are blinding. Super, super creamy. Such a great formula. I don't ever hear anyone talking about Catrice. Like, I've heard a few people mention them, especially for their foundation and stuff like that, but I don't ever hear people talk about their highlighters. I think Teresa Is Dead was the first place that I really saw anyone talking about their highlighters. But look at that shine. They melt in the skin so beautifully, and they just beam off of your skin. It's amazing. I love the formula. I love the colors and the shades that they have. They also have a deeper golden version of the More Than Glow. I just personally can't wear a golden highlighter because of my skin tone. I just love it. So what I'm looking for in a highlighter is the shade Cannot Leave a Cast on Me. Check. It has to be really creamy and blendable because I don't like chunky highlighters. So yes, check. And it's gotta be beaming, because if I'm gonna wear highlighter, that's the point. Like, I know some people like a more subtle highlighter, but if I'm gonna go subtle, I'm just not gonna wear highlighter. I'm gonna wear a dewy blush or something like that. Those are my requirements for a highlighter, and this ticks off all of those boxes. I am so in love with these. This, if you watched my ranking video of highlighters, you'll see that this was very, 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 very high up there. And I don't see that many people talking about them, and I don't know why. Also, if you go to my TikTok, you'll see that this is a dupe almost exactly for a high-end highlighter that has a name of a food item. So yeah, definitely check out my TikTok if you want to see that. Next up, I will get the next highlighter out of the way since we're talking about highlighters. So this one is from NYX. This is the Born to Glow Highlighter Duo. And it has two options in here. You have a metallic end and a glittery end. Beautiful. So this is in platinum status and diamond chains, and these are gorgeous as well. So you have your metallic side and your glittery side. So you can mix and match depending on what you like. There we go. So it's these two right here. You have the glittery one on top, and then you have the metallic one on the bottom. So I love that you get two different options in here. Also, the formula of the metallic one is just blinding and gorgeous. It feels very similar to the Catrice formula in the way of like how creamy it is. And then the glittery one feels like that, just with thicker glitter kind of particles in it. It's not chunky, but it definitely has visible glitter when you put it on your skin. It's gorgeous. I mean, look at the shine of all four of these. They're gorgeous. This one I would say is probably a little bit more natural looking than the Catrice, but then the glitter one obviously is not, it's not natural for someone to have glitter all over their face. So, but they're gorgeous and just so, so good. I don't ever see anyone talking about this. I haven't even seen it on TikTok, which usually I will see things that are really good on TikTok and go buy them. But I have not seen this. I've maybe heard one person talking about this. This needs to be known. I don't know. I think this is a pretty new product. This is so, so good. And NYX, oh my God, I love so many NYX products. It's insane. I can't believe it. NYX has stepped it up so, so much. they're a drugstore brand to watch out for, just a heads up. Gorgeous, gorgeous highlighters. So if you're looking for some different shade range highlighters, they got it. All right, cool. Next up, I could talk about highlighters all day long, but we don't need that. Along with highlighter comes blush, right? So I have 2 blushes here from Essence. So these are super, super cheap. I think they were $3 each. This one is the Mosaic Blush. Gorgeous, gorgeous blush. I do have some on today. Some people were saying that this is a dupe for the Dior blush. I'm not 100% sure I agree with that. I might do a video on just dupes and comparing the 2 items. Unless I have the wrong shade, I don't think that you could really say this is a dupe for it. I think it's a little bit more on the peachy side. Maybe it's a dupe for the coral one. I'm not sure, but I think this is a little too peachy. I don't know. It looks similar. I'll have to do them side by side to see if it actually is a dupe, because I do have both of those. I have the Dior blush now to test it out. But this one is beautiful. I love how rosy it looks. It looks very natural, very airbrushed. I do enjoy this formula, and it's only $3. And I do enjoy the longevity of it as well. I've found that some powder blushes don't last all day. These actually do last a long time on me. And even though I prefer to apply a cream blush and then set it with a powder, I have actually worn these on their own, and they've lasted a long time and still looked beautiful. So this one is also an Essence blush. This is their like matte, just regular powder blushes, and this is in the shade Befitting. And this is kind of like a mauve color. It's gorgeous. I love it. It's like that kind of mauvey purple blush, which is so pretty. And then the Mosaic one has a bunch of different shades in there, but I usually kind of swirl my brush around in there and get all of that. It doesn't swatch very well, but it applies really well. But you can see it's this bright pink kind of color. So, so good. This is actually what I'm wearing on my cheeks today. So yeah, that's what that looks like. I forgot to mention that I am actually wearing a little bit of the NYX metallic side and the Catrice More Than Glow highlighter on my cheeks today. And that's what it looks like. So I'm loving it. I don't see these talked about enough. I know Andrea Mitiliano, she does talk about these some, but she's probably the only person that I've seen that has talked about this. Now, granted, I'm going to preface this with saying I have not seen every YouTuber ever. So because I haven't seen it doesn't necessarily mean that no one's talking about it at all, but I'm saying in the realm of people that I watch or have seen their videos, I haven't seen many people talking about this. So have you heard anything else about these? Because I love these, and I think these deserve all the hype, especially for the price. Since we were talking about blushes, I do have a cream blush to talk about, and no, it's not the Putty Blushes from e.l.f. Everyone talks about the Putty Blushes. Everyone loves them. I get it. I love those too. And the Putty Bronzers just came out. I just had a video on those. Those are good. Those are awesome as well. So yes, but they're not underrated. Everyone talks about those. But let me just talk about these real quick. So this is from Pixi, and I do want to preface this. I did get these in PR, but that doesn't change the fact that I use these almost every day. I love the formula of this. So I usually either reach for shade Ruby, which is the red, or Fleur, which is the light pink. And they also have Juicy, which is the orange one. This one is my least reached for, but I do still use it. But I will say these are gorgeous on the skin. They last all day. They leave your skin dewy, but they do have a little bit of a tack to them. So if you don't like that, set it with a powder or they're not for you. But I don't mind because I usually set my blushes with a powder anyway. These are gorgeous. They leave this beautiful just shine to your skin, like this healthy glow. I don't know if it's catching on camera, but you can see a little bit of a shine in there. I just think these make your skin look naturally glowy, and in the summertime, that's exactly what I want. I'm just gonna swatch the pink and the red one for you. They are so gorgeous. I love them. So usually I apply them on my hand and then I take a brush and stamp it in. and then put it on my cheeks. See that glow? Oh, I love it. But so these are called On the Glow Blushes Tinted Moisture Stick. And that's exactly that's the perfect name for them because they really are a moisturizing blush. Love them, especially for the summertime. I get so much use out of them. They're one of the most used blushes in my collection of all time. These and the e.l.f. ones are probably the highest up. They're so, so good. If you ever want me to rank my blushes, let me know because I will do that for you. But as far as cream blushes go, they are definitely high up there. But I don't ever see anyone talk about them. Again, with all these other products, like I don't see people talking about those. They just came out recently and got like zero hype. I don't know. They just kind of slid under the radar, but I want to give them the moment that they deserve. Enough about that. Next up, one thing from NYX that I have seen in a few different TikToks and stuff, but I don't see as much in the YouTube world. This is from NYX. This is their Wonder Stick. If you're a beginner in makeup and you want to contour and you don't want to spend some crazy amount of money on a contour stick or like on the KKW kind of stick or anything like that, this is perfect for you. So they have a light, a medium, a deep, and then a universal, I believe. This is the light one. The reason that they have those is because they're dual-ended, but it's a contour shade and a concealer shade. So technically it's a contour shade and a highlight shade. Depending on your skin tone, the highlight may not work for you. Like for me, this is almost there, but it's almost too dark to be a highlighting shade for me. But the contour shade is perfect. Spot on. I actually have it on today. This blends out so easily. You just kind of draw it on, or you can rub it on the back of your hand, warm it up, and then apply it with a brush. But I actually just apply it straight to the face and it still blends out beautifully. The highlight shade actually does work really well. It's very blendable. Sometimes I'll use it right underneath the contour if I feel like I've gone too heavy-handed, and that's pretty much what I get use out of it for. I don't actually use it for what it's intended for because it's not the right shade, but it's still a beautiful product. And I will say the one problem with this, it pops out. So the concealer shade popped out, but I mean, it's still obviously retractable. Like it still works. You just got to be careful not to fling it across the room. But it's not the most expensive product in the world either. So it's not the biggest deal, but I did want to just give a disclaimer. Be careful with it. It will break, but it's still usable. I still love it. Gorgeous, blends out like a dream. Perfect color for fair skin. This is the light and it works for me. So if you're any paler, I don't know, just check. But it's definitely a cool toned, almost, well, it might be neutral. It's neutral leaning cool toned, but it's a really nice contour shade for me. I really enjoy this. I pack it in a travel bag all the time. I enjoy this so, so much. Another kind of complexion-y product. So this is a bronzer that I have showed on my channel a lot, so I'm not going to talk about it too much. But the reason I wanted to put it in this video is because I don't see anyone else using this, at least on the channels, obviously, that I watch and the TikToks that I've seen. This is from L'Oreal. This is their Lumi Bronze It, and this is in the shade Light. This is so beautiful. It's a huge pan. You get 0.41 ounces in here. Perfect pan for your big fluffy bronzer brush. I've actually almost hit pan on it. You see the grid lines in there. I'm going to pan this bronzer, 100%. I can already tell you that right now. And it's not going to take long. I use this product almost every day. And I've used it for a long time now. So I love this product. It has this beautiful sheen to it. I think the camera's kind of getting that. It's not shiny, but it's luminous. It makes your skin look glowing, and I love it so, so much. And it's the perfect shade for fair skin. I'm gonna say that right now. Like, if you're my shade, this is your perfect bronzer. It's just warm enough to give your skin some warmth and glow, but it also is cool toned enough that it doesn't make you look yellow or orange. Like, it's just the perfect natural bronze, and that's why I reach for this so often. The formula blends out so beautifully, and of course that luminosity is perfect, especially for the summer, but it's also for the winter too, because I don't like looking flat. I don't like looking like I'm matte at all. So I want that dew because I have dry skin. So this kind of faking a glow is perfect for me. But yeah, I love the shade. I love the formula. I love how much product you get. So yeah, this one from L'Oreal is a winner. So the next two are from e.l.f. And you didn't think I was gonna get through a drugstore video without talking about e.l.f., did you? I mean, come on, e.l.f. is ruling the world right now in the makeup community. They're just doing it, okay? They're affordable, they have great quality products, and their shade range is actually very good compared to some drugstore brands. This one had a little bit of hype immediately as it came out, and then I haven't heard anyone talk about it since. This is the Flawless Brightening Concealer. This is so good. I think the reason that people don't talk about this one is because it's a medium coverage concealer. It's not that full coverage concealer that you see people putting on underneath their eyes. And I will say, as a concealer, like, I don't reach for this as often because I like a full coverage concealer underneath my eyes to conceal my sins and everything, eye bags, whatever. I think people just aren't using it in the way that I have found is the best. So this, I almost use this as a color corrector underneath another concealer. So right here, you can see it's very brightening, but it's also leaning on the peachy side, which is perfect for concealing dark circles. So I actually use this as a color corrector that has a little bit of coverage to add a little oomph to my concealer. This is so beautiful. It's very lightweight. It does exactly what I need it to. If I'm doing a natural makeup day, I can reach for this and get away with it as a concealer, but most days I'm using this as a color corrector and it works beautifully. And it's, I believe, like $5, which is perfect. Also, if you want to create that kind of rare beauty brightening concealer look, you can definitely achieve that look with this underneath your concealer. As I just throw it across the room. Definitely go try that out if you're interested in a brightening concealer. So next up is also from e.l.f. Like I said, this is the Putty Eye Primer, and this is in the shade Cream. I love this. I don't always use it for what it's intended for, but that's the beauty of makeup. You don't have to use things for what they're marketing it as. You could use it for a million different ways, but this is TikTok specifically said that you could actually use it to color correct acne. You could also use it to color correct underneath your eyes and help with the creasing. You could also use it wherever your foundation is not sticking. So I actually use this mostly to cover up acne, and then I use that as like a sticky base to put my foundation over. It helps immensely when you're trying to cover up acne that isn't necessarily like the same texture as the rest of your skin. It helps to kind of grab onto it. Yes, you can use a gripping primer, but for me, I have found that gripping primers don't always work for that because I don't know what it is about it. It just doesn't mesh well with the acne, but this adds a little bit of coverage as well as adding that base for my foundation and other makeup to stick to. Like, for instance, I have a giant pimple right here. It doesn't look nearly as bad as it does without makeup. I was able to cover it greatly. Did you notice it before? You may have, but now that I pointed it out, you're not gonna be able to stop. But it's okay, because I gotta point those things out. But this works so beautifully. Not only does it work for that, but it also works as a great eye primer as well. It's very similar to the MAC Painterly Paint Pot, especially in the shade. It looks almost exactly like it. It really does a great job of priming your eyes and making your shadows pop, as well as all those other things I mentioned. So yeah, definitely would recommend. This one's very affordable and they have a bunch of different ones, so test them out. There you go. I hear about a lot of products from e.l.f., but this isn't really one of them. The Putty Primer absolutely gets a lot of hype, but I feel like the eye primer really doesn't, but it deserves its time in the sun too. This is so good. I'm gonna finish up with my complexion products and then we'll get on to eyes and lips. So this is the NYX High Glass Finishing Powder. I love this. This is very similar to the Hourglass Ambient Light powders. These are so good. They have a bunch of different shades to choose from. It just adds this airbrushed look and luminosity to your makeup. It's not overly luminous. Like if you want your skin matte, I would not necessarily say to stay away from this, but it does have a little bit of a shine to it, but nothing crazy. But it just enough to give you that airbrushed look. This is such a wonderful alternative to the ambient lighting powders if you don't want to spend all that money on those. They're so good, so many shades to choose from. I apply this with a big fluffy brush all over the face, and I think it looks awesome. So definitely try this one out. NYX, again, their products have been killing it lately. They're one of my favorite brands in general, not just from the drugstore, but so, so good. I'm gonna need another one of this when I hit pan. And I already have a huge dip in there, so it actually had an embossing in the pan. All of that's gone. I use this, again, almost every day. So, so good. I love this. This is the shade Light. So yeah, definitely try this if you haven't already. I only have one eye product to talk about today just because I didn't want eyeshadow products to be the center of this video. Eyeshadow palettes and eye products get a lot of hype usually, especially from the drugstore. So I just wanted to focus more on complexion, because also complexion products are my favorite ones to get from the drugstore because they're your most used. You're gonna go through them the fastest. Foundations, concealers, stuff like that, you are gonna go through super, super fast. Eyeshadow palettes, not so much. Like, if you buy an expensive palette, you could use it for 2 years and get a lot of use out of it. So getting one from the drugstore is good, but it's not always needed. So I didn't want to overflow this video with my drugstore recommendations. But there's one product that I thought of that immediately came to my mind when I thought of things for this video, and that's why I wanted to include this. This is from LA Girl. This is their Keep It Playful eyeshadow palette in Playmate. I love this palette so, so much. I would say all of their eyeshadow palettes should be on this list. I love their formula. If all of them are the same formula, then people need to be talking about LA Girl. I have their Hey Hey Vacay Good Times and Tan Lines, I think, palette. The pink one. I'll pop it up on the screen. Love it so much. The formula does match this, but this palette in particular is the one that I reach for constantly. So because of the color story, it's all like pinky. It looks very much like a Huda Beauty palette. This is so good. I actually like this more than Huda Beauty's formula. This is so, 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 so good. The mattes are kind of powdery, but they blend beautifully. There's a lot of kick up in the pan, but the eye look that you get is stunning. The shimmers in here are just so good, especially from the drugstore. This gold shade right here is so metallic, so foiled. It looks like metal on my finger. Like, come on your eyes, this is so reflective. Look at this, crazy. It looks like a highlighter, that's crazy. But it has so much depth to it. See that flip? When you have the curve of your eyes, when you have a flip like that, you're gonna have a kind of DIY halo eye at that point. Like an unintentional halo eye is what's gonna happen with this shade because of the intensity of this, and it's just so beautiful. Sparkly, so foiled and gorgeous, and the mattes are beautiful. They blend out perfectly. I can get a great eye look out of this palette no matter what. If I wanna go for a more pinky shimmer shade on the lid, if I wanna do that stunning gold color, this shade is kind of like a duochrome blue to pink. It's beautiful and unique, and in a drugstore palette, I mean, come on, it's just gorgeous. These pinks are beautiful too, especially if you just want to do a light summery look. 100% recommend. They have a bunch of different options of this. I think they have 3 other ones other than this. I need all of them. I really do. If I find more of these, I'm buying them because I love this formula. I love the travel aspect of this. It's $10. $10, and I use this more than the Huda Beauty palettes that I have, if that tells you anything. So I don't see a lot of people talk about this other than Andrea Montiliano. I got this because of her recommendation, and I am so, so thankful because this LA Girl's formula is beautiful. I'm so, so happy to have this in my collection and to try more LA Girl products because wow, I'm impressed. I'm gonna keep singing the praises of this palette until people understand how good this palette is. If you're a beginner with makeup and you want shadows that blend effortlessly, this is the one. It's a little powdery. Knock the excess off your brush before you put it on your eye, but it's beautiful. It blends so well. So definitely try this one out if you have not already. I will give an honorable mention to the LA Girl eyeliners, But the reason it's not in this video is because it's not underrated. Everyone knows about the eyeliners from LA Girl, so I didn't want to include that, but they do have some great ones. But that's a good segue into LA Girl's lip liners. Everyone talks about the Shockwave liners for your eye, but they have incredible lip liners as well. This one is the Ultimate Intense Stay Auto Liner. So good. If you prefer a wooden liner, they have those too. I personally, just my makeup preferences, I enjoy an auto liner just because I usually take it in my purse and I don't want to have to keep sharpening it over and over and over again. Here is what the shade looks like. It's this beautiful nude, so gorgeous. It's a little bit peachy. It is so creamy and it's pigmented. It lasts all day. I have not had an issue with these. They're so good. There's no need for me to buy high-end lip liners anymore. I have so many lip liners and they're all from the drugstore and I love them so much. There's no need for me or anyone to spend that much money unless you're just looking because you love the brand and you're just brand loyal. Like, I've heard Charlotte Tilbury's are really good. Okay, I've heard Pat McGrath has some great ones, but they're very expensive. I don't doubt that they're wonderful, but your girl's on a budget, and these drugstore brands are killing it with the lip liner game. I am so happy with this. This is in the shade Forever Bare. Such a beautiful pink shade. Gorgeous. I love it. It looks like a high-end liner. And it's from LA Girl, and it's very cheap. Another brand that has some amazing lip liners, NYX. Oh my gosh. These are their retractable lip liners, and I have two shades here. I actually repurchased this one. This one is in the shade Nude. I've bought this twice now. This is my second one because I used one up completely. So beautiful. I'm putting this one on top of the LA Girl one. Actually very similar, just a little more on the cool toned side, cool toned pink side. Very beautiful, very creamy, lasts a long time. As probably around the same time as the LA Girl one. They last a long time on the lips. Now, of course, if you're eating and drinking, it's not going to last as long as if you were not. That's with any lip liner. You can reapply lip products. It's not the end of the world. Now, I'm going to put this one right above that one. You can see this one is a deeper shade. It's gorgeous. I love both of these. If I'm going for a lighter pink, I'm going to go for the nude. If I'm going for just a contoured lip look, I'm going for the deeper one. Put both of them together, you have an amazing lip look right there. You just outline it with the darker one and put the lighter shade on the inside. So good. Put a gloss on top, leave them matte, doesn't matter. They still are gorgeous. I love how creamy they are and pigmented. One swipe coverage. So, so good. LA Girl, NYX, and Essence have some of the best lip liners. I didn't want to talk about the Essence ones because I feel like they are kind of hyped already. A lot of people know that their Essence lip liners are really good, at least from what I've seen on YouTube, so I didn't really include that in here, but I will give them an honorable mention. Their Essence's lip liners are incredible, along with their lipsticks, but I've seen those pop up on TikTok a lot recently, so I don't need to talk about that. I forgot to talk about this when I was doing complexion products, so I'm going to do this real quick. This one is from L'Oreal as well. This is the Lumi Lotion. This one is so, so good. This is like a more hydrating version of the Charlotte Tilbury Flawless Filter. Has that same kind of look to it. Very glowy. You can wear it underneath foundation or on top, just like the Charlotte Tilbury one. It's not as pigmented as the Charlotte Tilbury one. That's why they have so many different shades of the Charlotte Tilbury. But this one is so good. This one you can also build up if you want it a little bit more intense, but this is not made to be just an intense highlighter. This is just to add some glow underneath your foundation. So it's called a natural glow enhancer, and that's exactly what it is. So this one is the shade 901 Fair Glow. I love this. I wear it almost as a glowy primer. I put it on my cheekbones and the high points of my face just to give added glow before I put my foundation on. And it definitely helps with dry skin. Not only does it moisturize, but it keeps it looking glowy as well. They have a bunch of different shades. Gorgeous, creamy, doesn't break me out. That's important. But so, so, so good. The last product I have is one that I was debating on if I should put in here because I've seen a few people talk about, but I feel like not enough people are talking about it. So This one is from Essence, and this is their Shine 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 Wet Look Lip Gloss. The shade rubbed off, so I can't actually see what the shade name is, but I will pop it up on the screen for you, because yeah, it was originally here on the tag, and it's all worn off because I keep it in my purse, and I use it constantly. I'm wearing it today. So this is the Shine 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 Wet Look Lip Gloss from Essence, and it's in this beautiful, light, milky peach kind of sparkly shade. It is so gorgeous. It has the best natural glitter ever. I love glitter. Let me just preface that. I love glitter. I just don't like when chunky glitter is in lip gloss, because then you can feel it on your lips and it just looks crazy and you just look like you took craft glitter and put it on your lips. I don't like that look. This is the perfect amount of glitter for a lip gloss. It's so fine, but it just adds this luminous look to your gloss. And the wet look, that's the perfect name for it. It looks so wet on your lips, but it's not sticky at all. Not sticky at all. And it's scented like, what is it scented like? It's kind of got a little vanilla action in there. It just smells beautiful, but not overpowering, and that's perfect for me. I don't love when scents give you a headache. This one does not. This is a perfect scent. I love it. I love the formula. Not sticky, beautiful on the lips, long wearing, and hydrating. Perfect lip gloss right here, and it, I believe, is $3-ish, maybe $4. And you can get Essence on sale a lot at Ulta. And when Ulta sends you out those coupons, that's like $3.50 off of however much drugstore products. Yeah, it works for Essence. So definitely check them out. If you haven't tried this lip gloss, I would highly recommend it. It is one of my most used lip glosses of all time. Doesn't matter, high-end, drugstore, whatever, of all time. This is up there. So that was everything for today's video. I hope you enjoyed watching what products I thought are underrated with drugstore makeup. I love all of these products so much. I hope that maybe you found a product that you didn't know about. Let me know if you've tried any of these products, if you agree, disagree. I would love to have a conversation. If you have any drugstore makeup products that are so underrated to you and you'd like me to try them out, please let me know in the comments. I would love to try out your recommendations. That is all I have for this video. Please do remember to smash that like button and hit subscribe if you'd like to join this family here on YouTube and have more content from me. I would greatly enjoy it if you'd watch some more videos. Yeah, I hope you're having an amazing day or night wherever you are. Please stay safe, happy, and healthy out there in this crazy world. And I will see you in the next video. Bye, guys.